Welcome to the doghouse. I hope you're having a great day. This is going to be about a touchy subject for some people. And this is just an overview of what I think. Okay, it's my opinion, nobody else's. So if you're going to get snarky, don't even reply. This is about a child that is in an indirect way being abused in Otter Creek. Yes, abuse, and I'll say it. It's indirect, but it's still abuse by people. And what I mean by that is they're going out, going after the mother, and because they hate her so much, they're willing to back another guy because they like him and not her, which is a lame ass idea because that child doesn't deserve what she is getting from YouTubers out there trying to trash the mom. You can hate the mom, but you can't hate that child. But the excuse is we don't hate the child. We just want accountability for the mom. One, it's already been proven that this lady has been accused so many times and proven it doesn't exist. Sorry, look at the records. And I'm talking about this case, these people where they're at now. You can go back to most people, and not all, find something bad on their record to try to take us people down. You know what? That is so wrong too, because you don't know what's really going on. And what I mean by that, if you go, somebody goes out and gets somebody's record that's 20 years old and things have been dismissed or whatever, that's is here nor there. This has to do with a person or persons and YouTube channels trying to destroy a little girl. You can't go after their mom like they are and not destroy that little girl. She'll get older and see the things that are being said about her mom. Yes, and the adoption was legal. So you guys need to get off of that. Because if it wasn't legal, there's only two things that happen. The person doing the home study, yes, you have a home study done. He either had to be incompetent, which obviously he's not, or her, or the person had to be paid off, which financially would have been impossible. So you guys are on that and on that. You don't think that little girl's going to realize that when she gets older. You guys out there that hate that mother so bad are willing to sacrifice that child. Don't tell me you're not, because that's exactly what you are doing. This has nothing to do with whether you're buddies with a certain person on here and he's helped you out. I'm not talking about not being his buddy. I'm just talking about having common sense. You can like who you want and hate who you want. Common sense tells you what is going on here will hurt that child in the long run. But you guys don't care. You care less as long as you're getting views and backing a certain person. You should be ashamed of yourself. And most of these people, like me, were not from Otter Creek. There are a few, and a few have stood out to help this lady and her child. Remember, you can hate this person all you want, but you have to remember, is it worth going after her and telling lies and making up stories that will hurt that child in the end? And the bottom line is, if you are doing that, you are intentionally or unintentionally going to hurt that child. That is okay because you're standing up for somebody you like? How about throwing everything out and looking at it as common sense? Most of you can't do that. I realize that. Some of you on here can't do that because he would stop your viewers and stop money you're getting. So when you're afraid of that, you're saying you don't care about that child. It's words out of your mouth that you care about that child, but you really don't. The money is overcoming your brain with what needs to be done. Whether you like them or not, and that's like Tori, two Lees. If you like her, you don't. If you, it's up to you whether you like her or not. But she has put stuff out there that's out there in public records. The whole public records, just not a section out of it and saying, see, he did his research. Yeah, he did do his research, but he isn't telling you everything that was in the reports. And that's obvious. Like the one police officer, when the guy was out there in his walker in the road, granted, I don't know why you'd want to be out in the walker in the road for any reason, but his comments of the police report, which was not put out by this guy but put out by another person, pretty much saying that about how he was driving by and all this stuff, that he could have prevented what was happening. And that was the bottom line of it. Go look at the report, the whole report, not what somebody puts out there as part of research and not tell you the whole story. Yeah, he ain't the only one out there that does that. A lot of people do. But when you go after a child, you're just a piece of crap. I don't care who you are, who I offend by saying that. But when you think you're going out there to hurt the mother, you're hurting that child. Even though you're saying you're trying to protect that child, in reality, if you was trying to protect that child, regardless of what you thought of the mother, you would be out there doing everything to make sure that child was taken care of in that home. All the makings of a great home is there. But you will not even put out an effort to help because you want to destroy a person that has nothing to do with the child, but does have something to do with the child. You're very naive and petty when you come out here and you say, well, he's right, she's wrong, we're going after her. You're going after the damn kid. I don't mean a damn kid in the sense of a bad kid, and I apologize for that. But you're going out and trying to go after that kid, and shame on you. That kid does not deserve it. That kid is a wonderful human being. That kid was brought on this earth to shed light and sunshine on people around her. And you're trying to destroy that. You're trying to take that away from her. Don't sit here and say you're not, because going after her like you are. Here's the thing. Maybe you don't like her. That's all well and fine. I know people that are on the fence even at how much they like her or not. That's fine. You have that opinion to do that. But what you don't have ethically is opinion to go after her under the auspices of you're trying to help that child. Because come on, stop and think. You're not helping that child. You are destroying that child for many years to come. Shame on you. Even if you, like I said, even if you don't like her and wanted to make sure that child had a good home to live in, why aren't you out there helping? I know some of you that had no qualms about saying, well, where's the people going to help her? They showed up. You didn't. Because narrative, and you don't want to be offended by somebody, and you didn't have the guts to stand up and help that family. All you guys wanted to do was destroy that family. Shame on you. You have no right to go after a parent or a child to destroy a parent. You are using that child in the wrong way. Even if you don't like her, and I'm sure people did this, even if you didn't like her, people put up money to help on that house that probably don't even care for her, which is fine. They're doing it for the right reason. They're doing it to help a child in need. Anybody that takes a back seat and says they're trying to help that child, and other side of their mouth, all they're doing is doing everything to destroy that child. See, this is about the child more than a person or people. This child has shown her love and kindness to people out there. If them parents were that bad, that would not be happening. No parent in this world is 100% correct on what they do. But the bottom line is when you go out, hate a person and willing to go after their child in a direct or indirect way, you are in the wrong. You're not in the wrong for liking the guy that's pushing this, but you're in the wrong for what you're doing to that child. If if this wasn't for clicks and views and people getting more views or money on their channels, and by the way, I'm not monetized, so you can't use that against me. But when you do that and you are willing to follow a person that's out there wanting clicks and views and money on his channel, see, in the long run, and maybe it isn't intended on his part, that's that could be or could not be, but still going after the child hurts. It hurts that child. You think you're hurting the parents, which you kind of are, but you're putting more burden on a small, innocent child that don't deserve it. Shame on every one of you. What if it was your child that was happening to, and you know you were doing the right thing? Or is that different because it's not your child? You're full of it. Yeah, I'm getting a little testy here, but it's about time you people out there stand up and help a child in need. Forget who's telling you what to do or who you're following on here. Yes, he's not telling all of you what to do, but you will follow. How about using some common sense and protecting that child? Sending the CPS workers all the time on her is not the way to do it. The way to do it is make sure improvements can be done and are done. But no, you want to go after the parent or the child to get to the parent. It's ludicrous. That's not how it works. That child is the one that will be hurt. And you guys don't seem to care about that. You only seem to care about yourself and the money. How how disgusting is that? And the person out there doing this has, and I'm not telling you who it is, but on record, he's been in jail. He's did things he shouldn't have done. And you guys are backing him and saying that was okay. He has something, and I'm glad he did. Anybody that can get their record sealed, and by the way, I have no criminal record or even arrest record. A couple of speeding tickets, but that's about it. But when you go out there and are hollering about how bad these people are, and they obviously did stupid stuff during their life, there's no doubt. There's no doubt I did. There's no doubt you did. But when you get there, and he won't mention that, he mentions how he throws out all these other records and of this person and that person, and he won't say nothing about his own. Isn't that kind of two-faced? And he has one that, and like I said, I'm glad anybody that can get records sealed, it's a good idea. I don't blame anybody to do that, but still, there was a problem there. Something he did was illegal, and you guys are giving him a pass on that. But you won't give a pass on a mother trying to raise her child. You'd soon go after that mother or that child to get after that mother, and you don't care about the child when you look at it in the end. Shame on you. Why do you guys do that? Well, I know some of you doing it for clicks and views and money in your pocket. Shame on you. You guys are some of the worthless people out there. Not because you like this guy. That's all well and fine if you do. I don't hate him. I don't like his actions he's doing, and that's different. But when you're willing to put the blinders on and don't see what he has done, and he's doing this now, and his record as a parent on record, you look it up. I'm not accusing him of anything. Look up his record. You'll be amazed what is on there that is public. He wasn't that great a father either, but that's okay. We want to go after her because we hate her and like him, and we will destroy that child. You're not intending to, but think about it. That's exactly what you're doing. That child needs love. She's getting love. And you guys don't care about that because you don't like her, so you're willing to destroy everything around her. And like I said, what if somebody did that to your kids? You know, you'd be fighting like hell too. So maybe you ought to sit there and think about that. And like I said, it's not thinking about whether you like this other person that's put this stuff out, because it really looks like it's for clicks and views. Maybe he has a different opinion, that's well and fine. But that's what it looks like. How about you guys using some common sense and trying to help that kid? It's not by going out there and calling the CPS workers on, because obviously it's a bunch of crap and is not legit. Lend a helping hand if you can. Lend support if you can. You don't have to give $1. You don't have to give no money. I haven't. I have not put $1 out there on this. But you still can support her. By supporting her means you're going back off the mother. If you don't, you're a lowlife. And even like to these, if you don't like her, I can understand that. But this stuff has nothing to directly do with her. It has to do with that child. You're very, very ignorant not seeing that. Politically, I have no clue what any of these people are and don't care. What I do care about is what is right. And what is right is quit going after that mother to destroy that child. No, like I said earlier, I don't believe some of you that's in your intentions, but that is the result. Just step back, use some common sense. Don't use I like her, I hate him, I hate him, I like her. Forget that stuff. Just go back and look at it legitimately and both sides and what is happening. In reality, going after that mother for frivolous stuff to get to that child is very weak in ignorance on your part. Whether it's intended or not, that is ignorance on your part. And like I said, it has nothing to do with either side here, is what they're saying. What it has to do is with that child. Give up your bias, take a look at what's going on, and stand up for that child. Quit trying to make excuses you're doing this to protect the child, because you're not. There is no way. You sit back and look at it logically. Going after the mother will hurt that child. But you're only looking at things now. You care less overall about that child. And nobody ever should do that. That child should be priority one. The mother has made her priority one. You guys are trying to destroy the mother priority one. You're willing to sacrifice that child. Like I said, whether you realize it or not, you're sacrificing that child for your own benefit. There is people out there trying to help and is moving forward, and thank God they exist. Because you guys out there trying to make an excuse to destroy the lady, to go after that child and say it don't hurt her and it needs to be done, is a bunch of crock. And you know it deep in your heart. Shame on you. Just take a look. And like I said, look at it not who you like and who you don't like. Look at it objectively. Tell me you're not hurting that child by what you are doing. Tell me all these bogus reports of CPS doesn't hurt that child. It's definitely not helping her. You know, when she gets older, she will realize that. And she may even start to hate people around there and around the country because of what she will look at it as you trying to destroy her mother. And that's exactly what will happen. She's going to say, they tried to destroy my mom. They made my mom a living hell for their own reasons and had nothing to do with me. And she will look at you guys and hate every one of you for what you are doing. So you're out there saying, I'm doing this for her is crap, and you know it, and you're trying to convince people, and it does work. Convince people they're in the wrong, and when you do that, you will get money. It's all about money with you guys and clicks and views. Shame on every one of you that's going down that path. Protect Harley by going out and helping, not hurting. You are hurting, not helping. You are turning this child when she gets older into something she should never be. That child has a loving and caring heart, and you could have seen that on the videos if you just go look. I know this person out there that can't stand the mother, and she probably can't stand him either, so that's kind of a mutual thing there. But this person was out saying she couldn't talk, proven wrong. Other things have been proven wrong. He was saying, in his opinion, this child didn't have some disease, medical disease. Proven wrong. That's good content, and that's not helping that child. That's going out and destroying that child. Whether it's directly or indirectly, that's what every one of you are doing. How's it feel out there to try to destroy a child for your own well being? Shame on you.